Has Kyle Petty's outspoken critique just set the stage for NASCAR's most unforgettable season? When he slammed Denny Hamlin for his repetitive victory claims and called out Joey Logano for his on-track confrontation with Ty Gibbs, the racing world was left reeling. Petty, known for his blunt analysis, questions the integrity of Hamlin's "I beat your favorite driver" taunt and highlights the irony in Logano's outrage, given his own aggressive past. As the lines between personal vendettas and professional rivalry blur, one can't help but ask, are we witnessing the spark that will ignite a fiery chapter in NASCAR's history? How will these controversies shape the races to come, and who will have the last word on the track? Kyle Petty steps into the spotlight, not just as a former NASCAR driver, but as the sport's most outspoken critic. His willingness to challenge the norms and shake up the status quo has made him a pivotal figure in NASCAR discussions. With his sharp insights and unfiltered opinions, Petty has the power to stir controversy, spark debates, and shift perspectives within the racing world. As he scrutinizes the actions and words of drivers like Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano, Petty's role goes beyond commentary, as he's directly challenging drivers and fans alike to see the sport through a more critical lens. But how did all this begin? To understand, we need to go back to the past, to the very heart of the controversy. Kyle Petty, with his seasoned perspective and fearless candor, zeroed in on the escalating rivalry between Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano. This wasn't just any feud, it was a clash that encapsulated the intense emotions and competitive fire that fuel NASCAR. The moment Petty's words hit the airwaves, the NASCAR community was set ablaze. Was Hamlin's repeated claim, "I beat your favorite driver," a harmless taunt, or did it cross a line? And what about Logano's on-track aggression? Was it a legitimate strategy or a breach of sportsmanlike conduct? Well, let's go a little further back to truly understand the depth of this apparent drama. The saga begins with Denny Hamlin's electrifying season kickoff at the Coliseum. Hamlin, behind the wheel of the number 11 Toyota, didn't just race, he carved through the competition, surging from a 6th-place start to clinch a victory that would mark his 4th Clash win. Yet, it was what followed the checkered flag that sparked controversy. In the adrenaline-fueled aftermath of his victory, Hamlin delivered a post-race statement that was both a boast and a gauntlet thrown down. "You know I beat your favorite driver again, right?" This wasn't the first time Hamlin had used this line, but its repetition in the wake of such a significant victory gave it a new edge, a sharper bite. It was a provocative declaration that stirred a mix of admiration, but mostly irritation. The audience's reaction was a mix of cheers and boos, but this victory, and more so, Hamlin's bold proclamation, did not escape scrutiny, especially from Kyle Petty. Now, it wasn't just the victory that caught his attention, but the manner of its celebration. Petty recognized the prowess and the strategic brilliance that led to Hamlin's triumph. However, it was the repetition of the victory claim that Petty found lacking in freshness, an overplayed hand that threatened to diminish the impact of Hamlin's achievements rather than elevate them. Petty said, "I beat your favorite driver, that's the way Denny Hamlin closed off the season last year, and that's the way he starts the season this year. But you know what? Get another tagline, dude. It worked the first time, I'm not so sure about the second time, we're going to get tired of hearing it. And I know everybody's favorite driver is going to get tired of you beating them." This scrutiny from Petty opened a broader conversation about the nature of victory declarations in NASCAR. What is the culture? How do we balance between confidence and humility, and the way champions choose to define their legacy? But above all, how did Hamlin take the criticism? Well, Petty's critique did not go unheard. However, it wasn't just the voices of analysts or the clamor of the crowd that prompted reflection. A more personal intervention played a crucial role. Hamlin's father, stepping into the narrative, changed everything. Hamlin, known for his competitive spirit and confidence on the track, found himself at a crossroads of public perception and personal introspection. The critique wasn't new. Hamlin has navigated the choppy waters of public opinion throughout his career, yet this time, the feedback resonated differently. It came not only from a respected voice within the NASCAR community, but also echoed within the walls of his own home. Hamlin's father, witnessing the backlash and perhaps understanding the weight of the legacy and the importance of humility, reached out to his son. The message from his father, underscored by the public scrutiny catalyzed by Petty's comments, forced Hamlin into a moment of self-assessment. It highlighted the delicate balance between confidence and arrogance, between being a champion on the track and the role model off of it. Faced with this convergence of professional critique and personal advice, Hamlin made a decision that would signify a shift in his public persona. The catchphrase, "I beat your favorite driver," once a hallmark of his victories, a symbol of his dominance, was to be retired. He said, "I'm going to retire the 'I beat your favorite drivers' because I got a text, and those of you that saw the Netflix special with my dad, he sent me a text and he said, 'Son, you've got to stop that. I don't like it. It's nothing but cocky.' I'm going to listen to Dad on this one, so we're going to retire it. We'll come up with something new next time around. But I beat your favorite driver. All of them is officially going to go down in theory history books. It's done." So after Denny Hamlin threw his victory party that got everyone talking and kind of sparked a bit of self-reflection for him, NASCAR just kept rolling out the drama, lighting up old rivalries like it was nothing. In the middle of all this, Ty Gibbs and Joey Logano got into it at the LA Clash. This wasn't just any bump on the track. It was the kind of aggressive move that reminds you of the real risks these drivers face, especially when old rivalries get heated. Now, Joey Logano, who's no stranger to playing it tough on the track, found himself on the wrong end of a move that, let's be honest, he might have pulled himself under different circumstances. The irony? Yeah, it didn't slip past anyone, especially not Kyle Petty, who's been pretty vocal about drivers needing to keep their competitive edge sharp, but still play fair with each other. But let's get into what actually went down. During this super critical restart, where getting it right can mean everything, Ty Gibbs decides to make a bold play for position. He goes for it, and bam, his car clips Logano's, sending Logano into the wall. This move wasn't just a blip for Logano in the race, it reignited this whole brewing rivalry between them. Everyone's been picking apart this clash from every angle, replaying it, analyzing Gibbs' intentions, and trying to figure out if he was just caught up in the race moment or if he crossed a line into reckless territory. Joey Logano, hit with the immediate fallout, found himself in a real pickle. It wasn't just about this one race, it was about what this clash meant for his rivalry with Gibbs and how to navigate it moving forward. He's clearly frustrated and not okay with how things went down, saying in no uncertain terms that he was mad and that what Gibbs did was out of line. He said, "So obviously, I'm mad about that, at a point I wanted to make, so sure he knew I was pretty upset about that. And that's not acceptable now. Where do we go from here? I don't know. We had a conversation. He said all the right things. His words don't mean anything to me anymore, so I'm not going to talk to him. But don't really know what to do next. I'm at a loss at this point." Now, as this whole Gibbs versus Logano situation keeps simmering in the NASCAR world, Kyle Petty chimes in with his 2 cents. Watching the drama unfold, Petty can't help but point out the twist of fate for Logano, known for his aggressive driving, getting a taste of his own medicine. Petty's take? This kind of intense competition and the clashes that come with it are part of NASCAR's DNA. But he's quick to say that doesn't make the clash okay. It's more about understanding the rough and tumble of racing dynamics. Petty didn't stop there, though. He took a swipe at how today's drivers are quick to air their dirty laundry on social media, missing the old-school way of settling differences directly on the track. According to Petty, this new trend of venting online is changing the game, and not for the better, making conflicts seem bigger than they are and sometimes distorting what's really going on. This shift to online griping, Petty suggests, is messing with the sport's vibe, making drivers seem like they're always playing the victim and watering down the tough-as-nails attitude that's been part of NASCAR's charm. But where did this whole Gibbs versus Logano thing even start? Diving into their rivalry, you hit the rich history of NASCAR feuds and face-offs that have shaped the sport. What makes the Gibbs-Logano face-off so juicy is how they're from different chapters of NASCAR's story. Logano's the seasoned pro with a solid track record, while Gibbs represents the hungry new blood challenging the established order. This mix has fans totally hooked, tuning each race into another episode of the drama to see how it all plays out. They're loving every second of this, diving into forums and social media to dissect every move, every word. The Gibbs-Logano rivalry, with its old guard versus new challenger vibe, is giving everyone something extra to tune in for, ramping up the excitement and speculation about where this is all heading. Everyone's just waiting to see how all this will play out. Will this rivalry escalate into a defining element of their careers, or will it serve as a catalyst for growth and reflection? Let us know what you think in the comments below.